Today we're going to work on solving a Rubik's Cube. Now in this video we aren't going to solve the whole thing. We're going to work on different skills that you need so that eventually you can solve it. There are many different steps, and this method will work especially well, especially for younger children or for someone who's brand new to the cube. This won't be the fastest way. There are lots of other videos that talk about the fastest way or the quickest way or the simplest way. This is a way for you to think about the cube and hopefully understand how it moves and where you can control where these pieces go. Let's talk about some vocabulary or some words that you're going to need to understand so we can continue to talk together. We have different faces. We have the white face, and these are the colors right now that you see. Later on, we're going to be talking about these faces, and we're going to be talking about this center piece. Because when you have a scrambled cube, you want to be able to understand what face I'm talking about. So here's the white face with the scrambled cube, white center, and here's the white face on this cube. And so now we have the difference between the edges and the corners that we need to talk about. The edges are going to be on the outside of the square, 1, 2, 3, 4 on each face, and then the edges are going to be in between the two corners. And we're going to want to describe those by the colors that they have. And so this is the white-red edge, this is the green-white edge, this is the white-green-red corner, white-blue-red corner, and so on. So corners and edges are really important. Now that we are going to start talking about how the cube moves, I changed the direction so that you can see exactly how your cube might also look. The first thing we have the faces. We have the white face, the green face, the orange face, and so on. These are the corners. This is the white, red, blue corner, white, blue, orange corner, and we have the white, blue edge and the white, orange edge. And so first we're going to talk about this top face. We have a face here. This top, we have white on top, we have orange in front, we have green on the right side, and we have blue on the left side. We're going to move this white face in a clockwise direction. And so in a clockwise direction, the top of the cube goes towards the right, just like a clock. Now we're going to move that in a counterclockwise direction. So the top of the cube up here will be moving to the left, which is the opposite direction as a clock. All right, that's how we would move the top face. Now we have the front, and you have clockwise for the front, just like a clock, where the right side of the cube comes down, and it's moving just like a clock, or counterclockwise, which means the top of the cube moves to the left. And please notice, while I'm turning this, I'm leaving the other faces of the cube in the same direction, so white is still on top. White is on top, and now I'm going to move this right face, which is the green face, and I'm going to move this face toward me. This means that the front part of the cube comes down and is coming toward you in your direction. That is toward you. And now I'm going to have this green face move away from me. So it's going away. That means the bottom is moving up. Yes, and now we're going to talk about the left face, which is blue right now. And we're going to move the blue face toward you. It means the top of the cube is coming down. And now we're going to move that left face, that blue face, away from you, so that that side of the cube is going up. Sometimes we're going to move the bottom, and now we're going to move the bottom to the right. That means the right corner, this front part, is moving to the right, and you can see that with a solved cube quite easily. Now we're going to move that bottom cube, that bottom face, which is yellow right now, to the left. That means the front of the cube moves to the left in the direction of your left hand. Great, those are the basic directions with the faces, the corners, and the edges. And now I'm going to scramble the cube a bit, and we'll come back here and we'll practice that same skill with a scrambled cube. All right, just like I promised before, we have a scrambled cube here, very scrambled, and we're going to practice some of our fundamentals here of moving and understanding the cube. We have the white face on top. We have the red face facing you, we have the blue face on one side, and we have the green face on the left. Those are the faces, and we have some edges I want to talk about. This is green and yellow, green and red, and orange and yellow. And it's just important so that you can identify those. This corner here is white, orange, blue. This corner is red, green, yellow. This back corner is blue, white, red. And we have another corner, orange, white, and green. Okay, those are identifying the corners and edges and faces. Now we're going to talk about how we move the cube on a scrambled cube. So we have the top face, which is white, and we're now moving it in a clockwise direction. That means the top of the cube goes to the right, just like a clock. We're going to move that top face, that white face, in a counterclockwise position now. And so the top of the cube is going to the left. We're going to move the right face. We keep the red facing you. And we'll go ahead and move this red face in a clockwise direction. That means the top goes to the right, just like a clock. We're going to move this red face in a counterclockwise position. That means the top of the cube goes to the left, and you keep everything else the same. We're going to move this right face, which is blue right now. We have white on top, red in front, and we're going to move the blue face toward you. That means the top of the cube comes down. And we're only moving that face. White on top, red in front, and we only turn the right face toward you. We move that right face, that blue face, away from you. That means the bottom of the cube is coming up. Yeah, up, and let's take a look at the left side. We have green over here, white on top, red in front, green. We're going to move the green face toward you. That means the top of the cube comes down. And now we're going to move the green face away from you. That means the bottom of the cube comes up. And let's move the bottom face, which is yellow, to the right. That means the front of the cube moves to the right. And now we're going to move the bottom face, the yellow face, to the left. That means the bottom of the cube goes to the left. Faces, corners, edges in between the corners. And those are just identifying the different vocabulary and the different directions that we're going to be moving the cube. In the next video, we're going to be taking a look at how we solve the white cross.